Hi, friends, and welcome to this conversation on the McCord list today. I'm Rachel McCord, your talk show bestie, and I am excited to explore this conversation about entertainment and all the things with model and co-founder of the Starters Block. Please welcome Victoria to my show. Hi.
Hi, how are you doing, love?
I'm so good. I'm so excited to sit down with you. We got to connect at the Drama Diet book launch, which was so fun. You looked amazing that night. And it was so beautiful to hear your story and what you've been doing. And obviously you have been so busy doing a million things. So take me back a little bit to how you got into this incredible career where you've graced Elle magazine, Glamour, and all the things.
It's a very not PG-13 story.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah. So it's actually really funny. I never thought I was going to go into modeling. I was actually going to school to be an actor. And of course I'm doing that too. But with the modeling side of things, weed had just become legal in Jersey. And I went to the bodega. Do not do that. It is way too strong. There was something in there. It was not a fun time. It was not a good trip. And I'm freaking out and I'm trying to calm myself down. So I start scrolling on my phone and I see an ad saying, do you want to be a model on Instagram? I'm like, sure, anything to make this stop. And I click it. And it's for a promotion for a photo studio. And basically they would like evaluate you, say, like tell you if you got the stuff for it, if you got the chops. And you would get free portfolio pictures and some advice and just skyrocketed from there.
Wow. Okay, so you were selected to do this and you came in, you did your portfolio photos. And what was the first big job when you were like, okay, this is happening?
So my first big job was, I think, working with CeraVe on set, who I bought from my entire life. And I got that job through my mother agent at the time, and it was just so professional. I think even more so than the name, you just know you've made it when you're working with really great people who are organized and professional, and it's a fun experience.
Wow. And so did you feel like it was something that you would help you as an actor, or do you feel like it was kind of, you just did them together? Yeah.
I mean, all actors, they're all on the covers, doing editorials, doing the campaigns. What was it? Yes, Chef with Jeremy, and what was it? Calvin Klein. It's just so intertwined, especially today when, we're in the age of content. But it also, I think, just really helps you to just be on set at all, to further those skills in, either profession.
Yeah. What has been your favorite part of the job?
The people. It's always going to be the people. And like the art we make together, like that brings me so much joy. That's why I love that I've kind of started dabbling in creative direction. I have all these ideas and I want to express them and people love them, but I don't want to do it alone. I want to do it with other people. And it's just a great way to bring people together, express ourselves, and have a great time.
Wow. What was it like for you growing up? Did you always aspire to work in the arts? Was there something that kind of put you on that track?
So this is actually my Rutgers admission essay story. I knew I wanted to be a performer when I saw Britney Spears on the stage at the VMAs with Anaconda, and she like had her around her waist, and I was like, what, 7 or 8 years old at that time, like super small, maybe 6, I don't know. And I was a butt naked baby dancing around, put on my mama's cowgirl boots, took my magic wand and used it as a mic and started singing. I was like, this is what I want to do. I want to sing. And of course, family was just laughing and taking photos. But that was actually originally the goal, to always be a singer first. Everything's just kind of happening in reverse, which I'm not upset about. It's just very interesting how life kind of throws those curveballs at you. So ironically, the singing career is going to come a little later.
I love that. So doing all the different things. Where did you grow up originally?
So I'm from New York. I grew up in the burbs, but then also partly in the city, and then also partly in Florida because family lives in Florida. And, we were always like running around and stuff and traveling. So yeah, I'm from New York and I claim that, but, I also went to school in Jersey. It's just the whole tri-state area is a people,
Yeah. And what is your mission with the Starters Block? Let's talk a little bit about your work there.
So the log line is, it is a nonprofit dedicated to bringing original stories, new fresh faces, and diversity back to TV and film in America. So yeah, we're tired of the reboots. That's the slogan. Like, we're so tired of them. And we're tired of the sequels that don't need to be made. You know, a lot of these films, they're just kind of beating a dead horse, let's be real. And, you know, we want to see something new. And there's so much tied into that socially, politically, economically. It's a big, giant web of things to unpack. So I'm not going to take up the entire time with that, just pointing it out. But yeah, we are, you know, for example, doing interviews as well, trying to highlight new face talent. We're building a database. We're doing fundraisers. We are doing outreach of all different kinds. We're trying to raise awareness, especially because we're in the growth phase, because we're still a baby organization, only a few months old. But the growth has been rapid, and very grateful for it.
Wow. What has been kind of the journey of building this? Like, what has it been like day to day? Are you taking on, as co-founder, are you taking on a lot of the entrepreneurial responsibilities? And how does that work with your current career?
It's a lot. I don't sleep. I don't sleep enough. I really don't. But I love it. And that's why I don't sleep, because when you do what you love, you never work a day in your life, and you're becoming like obsessed with it, like I do at the very least. And yeah, it's just me and my co-founder. So we are mainly the main leadership, but we are recruiting people now. So we are actually in the process of expanding. So we're looking forward to that a lot. But yes, all the entrepreneurial stuff. It's as if we are executive director, marketing, outreach, secretaries, assistant, all at the same time. So, I mean, it's new. So it's just going to be like that for a little while. So everybody's, you know, settled into their roles.
That's incredible. Mm-hmm. And what would you like to see in the industry specifically? So it sounds like there's a lot of different reasons why we're seeing a lot of the old reboots you're saying in sequence. I know you don't want to get all into it, but can you give us a snippet of what is why we're seeing that and what your opinion is on it?
Girl, I will get into it as long as you'll let me. Like, I have no problem. Yeah, so it's just, okay, well, a big thing we also touch on is how it's connected to the nepotism. And, you know, we all know about these mergers that are happening in the industry. So there's fewer jobs available with the studios and studio productions. And this whole indie or independent film revolution is occurring and rising and kind of giving us as performers and crew and filmmakers and the people the power to kind of tell the stories we want to tell again and show the people we want to show, and not see the same faces. And yeah, you know, even if they're a great actor, everyone deserves a place, and there is a place for everybody in this industry. It's just they're trying to recreate this atmosphere of that there's not, which is not true. And we are looking for the expansion of jobs. We are looking for the expansion of expression and the expansion of, you know, the craft. Because when you're making the same thing over and over again, is it craft anymore? Or is it just regurgitation?
So for you, it's more intentionality around really being creative in an industry that is a creative industry, is basically what you're saying.
Yeah. And also, we're telling the same types of stories over and over again. We are telling the same white cis male stories over and over and over again. And like, we get it. Like, some of them are good, but like, this world is so big. It's so diverse. It's so full of people of all different walks of life who deserve a spotlight and deserve to be shown. Because the more awareness we bring about the different kinds of people, the more we can open up empathy for multiple kinds of people and indirectly make this world a better place.
So tell me more about the Fashion Workers Act. So you lobbied to have the Model Alliance pass. Can you tell us what that is?
Yeah, so the Model Alliance is actually the name of the organization founded by Sarah Ziff, who was a model herself. And what we wanted to pass was the Fashion Workers Act, which did pass, yay! First of its kind in this country. So far, it's only in New York. Gotta go statewide next. Basically, models are not legally allowed to unionize like actors can. It's this whole legal loophole. So it's the wild west out there. You know, it's like we're still living in 1935 with the laws, the regulations, the safety, and the security in this job. And that's obviously not okay. So we have, as a collective, kind of started building our own nonprofits and our own organizations to kind of fix that and kind of get around that. And the Fashion Workers Act is the first legislation of its kind to formally instill in the laws of New York, you need to be paid within a certain amount of time, no AI copies without permission. And it doesn't just extend to models as well. It's also for other fashion creators, so like stylists and makeup artists as well, because we're in this together. We're still experiencing the same abuses, especially around the sexual abuse that is very rampant in the industry, as we've seen with like Epstein and other infamous figures like him. So this is just another added layer of legal protection. And, you know, the auto renewing contracts, for example, you know, you sign with a model agency and the contract automatically renews, which locks you in for another 3 years, or sometimes it goes even as long as 4. And, you know, if you're not booking work, you're locked in. And it's very hard to get out of these contracts sometimes, especially if they have a better legal team than this model who is maybe the first in her family, doesn't have the same resources, et cetera, et cetera.
Okay, got you. Wow, that's incredible for your work. And I know that you were honored by Glamour magazine, their Woman of the Year. So tell me a little bit about that experience, how you found out, what that felt like to the little girl who dreamed of doing this.
I was dancing in my boots. I was like screaming and fangirling and jumping for joy. Basically, my business partner has connections to the magazine, so we went through that. And, you know, she was also honored as well. So it was great. You know, we just got to like set up the photo shoot, and then we got to like go to Bulgaria together and get awards and be recognized as short models. And it was just such a great experience. And again, like, I don't want to do this alone. I want to do this with people. I want everyone to kind of unify together. So it was just magical, like to do what you love, to get the recognition, and then to do it with your friends alongside you. It was just a great experience that I'm so like internally grateful for.
Wow, what an inspiration. Now, is there something you would say to someone at home, maybe who dreams of doing what you do, but hasn't found their way yet? Is there any advice you would have for them?
Yeah, so I actually just posted this on Model ID, which is another nonprofit dedicated to bringing safety to models, but they're based in Europe. And my quote was, "Do not let your limiting beliefs limit you." I think we really get stuck on that, like, oh, I can't model, I'm short. Yeah, you can. You just gotta, it's gonna be harder, let's be real, but you can do it. It's just gonna be harder. You're gonna have to get a little creative. You know, did people think we could get to the moon? No, but we did it. You know, there's a lot of stuff that we think is impossible, which is not. And a big part of success, in my opinion, is mindset. And it sounds cheesy, it sounds overplayed and overdone, but it really is actually what I see as the commonality between everyone I know who's successful. And yeah, just don't limit yourself. And if you're seeing a roadblock, try and find a fun, creative way around it.
Wow, that's incredible. So how does your family feel about you moving to Hollywood and chasing your dreams?
Well, I mean, I'm bi-coastal, so that was kind of the compromise because they're all on the East Coast. So yeah, they didn't think I was really serious about it, or like, I feel like they didn't think I was going to make it. I remember at one point I told my dad, you know, my backup plan is like, I mean, I have these degrees in music and Spanish and Japanese. I'll become a teacher. He was so excited. He was so happy. He's like, you should start that now. I'm like, no. I gave myself 10 years to do this. That's how long it takes. Like Taraji P. Henson literally said, you know, it takes like 10 years to build a career. So they were never unsupportive, but I think they didn't, I think that what they were doing is that they weren't overtly being unsupportive because they thought it'd be a phase, and that if they showed disdain for it or didn't support it openly, then I would just double down on it. But then it just ended up working out in my favor anyway. It's like, ha.
That's so fun. Are you naturally the rebellious type? You're like, if you say no, I'm gonna do it.
When I was younger, yeah. especially now, yes. I mean, I'm way calmer, way calmer than when I was younger. I did not follow a single rule when I was younger. But I still feel that fire whenever anybody tells me I can't do something. I'm like, just watch.
So in addition to that fire, what else motivates and inspires you every day?
Honestly, other people. And, you know, something I really learned this year and that I've been talking about a lot, because I feel like we don't really, as a whole and as a country, really know this perspective. But jealousy is a roadmap to what you want. And I think it is a really underrated emotion. And I'm just such a jealous person. But I love that because it means I know exactly what I want and I want out of this life. And I can use others as my role models for that. So other models who are succeeding, other actors who are succeeding. And then we can just come together and then we can make something wonderful and collaborative. And it's, you know, it might seem a little childish, like, oh, I just want to do what I want to do. But I think that's exactly what life is about, you know, just trying to find the ways to do what you want to do and enjoy success at the same time and joining other people with it. And I never feel more connected to people than when I'm creating with other people.
What would you say to someone who looks at this industry and thinks it's so selfish and it's just all about us and we're just kind of pursuing our own things and not making a difference in the world? What would you say to them?
You gonna have those types in it. They're those types in it. Yes, we're not all the same. We're all different people. However, there are many who are not like that. There are many who are not, okay? You can't paint us all with the same paintbrush. Is it based in that? Yeah, like as a system. But another reason why I'm so excited for this indie revolution and for people really like claiming their power back as a whole and the power to create on their own is that it's in a way kind of bringing those genuine people together, especially with the technological revolutions. Like I swear, everybody's on Threads. And everybody I find who is genuine to work with, I find on Threads. And it's just like, it's easier to find those spaces and those pockets now. So yeah, of course, it's a vain industry. I mean, modeling is literally based on image. Acting is literally based on image and sound. Like, yeah, at its core, it is what it is. But it doesn't mean you can't make something beautiful out of it and find people who go beyond that.
Wow. I like that challenge, because I do think that there is a lot that's focused on achievement and success and self-adoration. But I think that there is such an invitation also to serve in an environment like this, because I think there's a great need. You know, I know many people who get into this industry because they need and want the validation that maybe they didn't have growing up. And so you find yourself in this space and you just want to find that moment where you're like, oh, wow, I'm doing it and I'm happy about that and proud. And I definitely heard what you said when you were like, do what you love and you'll never work a day in your life. And I feel like I do what I love, but I definitely feel like I work a lot of days of my life. I feel like I'm often, you know, like, oh, it's a lot of work. But I think that for me personally, when I'm trying to serve an industry and trying to be love and light and help people kind of know that they're not alone, because I know many people who dream of stepping out of the shadows. They have a message on their heart, a hope that they want to share with the world. And sometimes, you know, I've seen people, especially with my family being in the industry, always doing that and doing that so well and eloquently and naturally, right? My sister's been an actress since I was a child, but I think watching people who have been in the shadows but have a message of hope that needs to be on the forefront. For me, I love that. And I love that you talk about independent artists, because I think that we all have an invitation. If we're wanting to build something in the world, just to do it. There's that entrepreneurial opportunity to see something that doesn't exist, to have a vision to put someone on the moon, and then to start to back out from, okay, if that's the destination, what's step one? What's step two? And really kind of moving in that direction so that you can see it come to fruition.
Yeah, I 100% agree. And also what you said about people using their platforms. Look at Mark Ruffalo. He uses an entire platform to promote environmental activism. You know, some people get famous as a means to an end because they want to promote something that's for the greater good. So, yeah, I mean, it might have been a system built to be vain, built to be self-serving, but just because it was built that way doesn't mean it needs to stay that way and it's not transforming.
Mm-hmm. And I think with any platform, there's an invitation to bring purpose to it. And I've seen a lot of people do the climb and then get to this aspirational point and be like, there is nothing here for me. The fame, the money, the house, all the things I thought I wanted, the shows, it's not what I wanted. I feel empty inside. And then you see those people have an invitation, right? Like you're at a crossroads where you can either go deeper down into this hole, maybe self-destruct, or you can actually say, I actually want to give now. I want to do something that matters. I want to focus on learning faith. What does it mean? What is God? What does this mean? Like, it's almost like an invitation when you reach that point that became your idol, your focus. Like you climb at it and then you get there and you're like, oh, like it's not filling that void that I started for. And then you see people do incredible things and I love it. I love this industry and I love seeing what comes and I'm excited to follow your career and what comes next for you. Congratulations on all the success.
Thank you. Thank you, love. Thank you.
Yeah.
And likewise, literally, the sign, the studio.
Thank you. And thank you so much for tuning into this conversation on the McCord List today. I hope you feel inspired. Whatever you're dreaming of, whatever you want to do in your heart, do it and do it for the world in a way that brings love and light to everyone around you. I adore you and I cannot wait to see you for our next conversation. Mwah. Be blessed.
Thank you.